everyone. I've got these lovely shaker bows which I want to use on a bow today. They are ready-made little bows, clear PVC fabric, and they're filled with iridescent stars which shake about in the middle there. I got these from AliExpress. I'll pop a link in the description below the video, so check these out if you want to see where I got them from. They're so cheap. You get like a bag of 12 of mixed colours, or I think you can choose all of one colour if you prefer, but I wanted to get a mix so I could make some different colour ones. So this is what we're going to be using today. So I've already picked out a couple of ribbons that I want to use. I'm going to go for the yellow colour one for this particular one, which is why I've picked out a yellow with this rainbow. I made one earlier and I used orange, but this isn't the exact bow we're going to make today. This one's slightly smaller and I've done a different bottom on this one. But I always think that the best bows to showcase off a nice centerpiece like this is the twisted boutique, and I'm going to do the sewing method in that today. So to make the bow, I've got 3 pieces for the bottom half. I've cut out 1 in the yellow and 2 in the rainbow for a bit of contrast, and they are all cut to 11 centimeters in length, and that is a 2.5 centimeter wide ribbon or a 1 inch wide ribbon. And that is all 3 pieces at 11 centimeters. You can use all the same colour, or depends what you're doing. With this bow, this ribbon is double-sided, so I only used all one colour, but this ribbon has got the white back, which is why I need 2 pieces, so I'm going to have to back it with the yellow. So that's why I've got 2 pieces in this, but it's completely up to you. If you have a single ribbon like this, single colour, and it's coloured both sides, you can use 1 piece, or if you're doing it with the pattern and it's not printed on both sides, then you can use 2 pieces like myself. So the 2 longer pieces are also 2.5 centimeters, and they are cut to 45 centimeters in length, and that's 2 pieces. So first of all, I've cut these tails already into little V shapes at the end. I'll show you how I did that on this one. So to do the little V shape, I fold it in half, and then from this open side, I cut round at a slight curve to get like this nice sort of, so it's not sort of soften up the shape. So starting on the open side, start to cut and curve your hand round like that at an angle, so it looks like this. And then while I still folded, I open up my fingers a little bit so they're not touching, because otherwise they'll bond together with the lighter. I open it up a little bit, and then I just heat seal both those ends together like that. So that's nice and heat sealed. Same with the opposite side, so from the open edge, cut round at an angle, use your lighter to heat seal like that. Now to do these bottom pieces, I'll just show you that first. I line all 3 pieces up. The yellow piece is actually slightly shorter, I've not cut it evenly. And then fold it in half. And just pop a needle through that centre, open that up, and then these bottom 2 pattern pieces, I'm just going to make an X. I want my yellow piece in the middle, so I'm keeping that on the top, and I'm just moving the 2 bottom pieces to make the X. And then once you're happy with how much you've spread it out and once it's even, take a needle and thread, and we're just going to sew across this centre. We're going to go in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then coming out through that last corner where that cross over, 6, and then pull that tight to form a pinch. And then wrap that around the centre, 1, 2, 3, and then on the underside I'm going to seal that off. Like that. And then you can trim off that cotton. I've used an extra long piece, so I'm going to knot this and use that for my main bow as well. And that is then your tails for the bottom of your bow. So you can now set that aside, and then we're going to make the top half the main boutique bow. So you need your 2 pieces of longer ribbon, and then I'm going to put these 2 pieces together because I'm using the yellow to line this side of the ribbon so we can't see the plain side. And then when I heat seal these edges, I'm going to pinch them together to bond them together. I'm just going to heat those edges, push them together. Be careful you don't burn your fingers because that does get quite hot. And also while I'm here, I'm going to fold that in half, and I want to just mark a crease so I can see where the halfway mark is. Repeat that on the other side. Again, fold it in half and just using my lighter just to mark the halfway mark. So we've got our ribbon all together now like that. Now we are going to fold the whole thing in half and mark the centre. So this is what we've got now. We've got the crease in the centre and the 2 creases at either end. Got a couple of pins ready. Now I'll show you this half first. I can't get it all in the camera, so we're going to work with this side first. What we're going to do first, I've got my yellow side up because that's going to be the inside of the bow. We're going to bring this piece round and line this crease up with this centre crease. So you're bringing it round, not flipping it over. You want to keep this yellow side facing up. So you bring it round, both yellow sides facing up, lining that crease up with the middle, pick that up, making sure that's all in place, and I'm going to pin this top corner here. And that's going to hold that in place while we do the opposite side. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to bring it round the opposite way. So bring that round, again keeping that yellow side up, lining that up on the top. So this time you can just use the sides, make sure it's all in line. This is in line with this part of the ribbon here, and then using a pin we're going to pin this other corner. To keep that all in place. So you've got this lovely figure of 8 shape. Next we need to mark a crease along this centre here. So folding that upwards like that. I'm going to push, push, push to get a crease in there. Then use a little bit of heat. And then also while we've got it like this, we want to mark a crease at both of these top ends. Same with the other side. So this is what we've got now. We've got the crease in the middle and these 2 creases. I'm just going to grab another pin. Right, next we're going to bring the sides in. So using this crease here as a visual guide and this crease here, you can bring this side in towards the centre, lining this crease up, and this edge here in line with where these 2 meet. So it looks like that. And then again, I'm just going to pop a pin in. Now this pin can now be removed because that pin's holding that side in place. And then we're going to do the same with the opposite side. We're going to bring this piece in, lining this crease up with this crease here and this edge up where these 2 meet. Actually, I'll take this pin out here. No, not that one, this one. I'm going to pop that in this side to hold that all together. So this is what we've got now. And then when you flip it over, you can see this X shape. This is going to be your top of your bow. So I'm going to now sew across this centre. So again, taking your needle and double strand thread, we're going to sew right across this middle with 6 stitches. So going in where these 2 cross over for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then again coming out where that crosses over for 6. So it looks like that. And then you can remove those pins that are holding it in place because we don't need them now. And then we're ready to pull this cotton to make our pinch. And I'm going to wrap that around. 1, 2, 3, pull that tight. And then on this underside, I'm just going to go in. And we're going to seal that off. Hold on, I looped around the bow. So on this last stitch, we're going to go through the loop to form a knot. So through this loop, once, twice, pull that tight. I'm just going to put my fingers in the loops like that. Just give it a pull to give that shape. And there you have the twisted boutique bow, which is ready to place on top of our tails. So take a hot glue gun and place some glue along the middle of that base bow or your tails, and then lining your bow up on the top. Like that, and now we can add our clip. I've half lined a 45mm clip. I've left this bit for a reason, you'll see why. Sometimes I do it like this, sometimes I just line it and then carry on. But if you do it this way, you can then cover the centre piece over when you've stuck it on. So pop some glue on there, stick it on the underside of your bow, going across the middle. And then you can take your shaker bow. I'm going to use my Gorilla Super Glue Gel for this, because obviously with this being plastic, we don't want to melt it with hot glue. So I'm just going to add a tiny little bit of this to the middle. Now when you look at these, they're slightly domed on one side and this side is flatter. So that domed side you want on the top and the flatter side at the bottom. So I'm going to place some of my super glue gel to the bottom. I'm going to line that up in the centre. Just hold that in place while that sets a bit. For the centre, I'm using this piece of rainbow ribbon. That's 10mm wide or a centimetre wide. So first of all, I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on one end. Pop that on the underside of my bow in the middle. So I'm lining it up with the centre of the bow. And then I'm going to wrap that around that middle, and then I'm going to trim off this excess, heat seal the end, and then we can shape the bow. Oh, and we need to just finish that bit off. So as you can see, when you leave that tab, you can just cover that centre piece up. I don't always do this, I usually just line the clip first, but just to show you that that is an option that you could do as well. It just gives a nice neat finish. And when you shape the bow, you want to kind of curl them around that centre piece, like that. And there you have your finished boutique shaker hair bow. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. If you've got any questions, pop them into the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.